Today, when I take a break, I'd like to talk for a minute or two about being out alone and not being lonely. Hello. Let me just take my pack off. I finished one loop of my hike today. Before I start the second one, I did put some water on. Little grass never hurt anybody. So, this is a nice day. We're gonna have a little instant coffee and a Kind bar. I choose the Kind bar that doesn't have chocolate. I love chocolate, but once I'm out on the trail, it melts. And then it's not a whole lot of fun. It's messy to eat. So I'm going to put this together and heat my water, and I'll be right back. Okay. I wasn't real sure about getting that stove lit, so I didn't want to record it. Oh, I love a little bit of coffee or tea in the afternoon. So I'm not particularly a coffee snob, so I'm okay drinking the instant. Although, when I saw a video critiquing trail coffee, this one did rank fairly high. So, let me see. Can I pour this? I found out it takes about 6 minutes for me to boil the water with my sterno. And that little stove boiled the water a little bit faster. So, although this little sterno cube is fun, it's also not something I want to carry in my pack. So, I'm watching a bird. I hope you can hear them. The sun is shining. Oop, bug. Which reminds me, I got a spider bite in the back of my leg. And a friend of mine who knows plants and the herbal uses of them much better than I do recommended that I could pick several of these plantain. I think it's broadleaf plantain that we have on the ground here in Ohio. And she recommended that I wash these and that I could masticate them, which also means chewing, and not swallow any of the juices, but make a poultice and pat it on my leg. And it did take the itch out of it. I had used some anti-itch cream, which wasn't really working. So kudos to you, Kathy. Thank you for the tip on that. I'll see if I can include a picture of broadleaf plantain. Unless you have somebody help you identify it, I really wouldn't recommend taking something off the trail and putting it in your mouth. So that's a caveat, but she really knows what she's doing. I have a couple friends that really know their medicinal uses of plants. I'm really enjoying the sound of the robins. So, you notice that a lot of times I'm alone. So, you know, there are women that are very fearful and not particularly receptive to hiking and camping alone. But I am single, and I say, you know, if I can't do it afraid or alone, I'd never go anywhere. So it's a little bit of a challenge some days to get out of your comfort zone and do something new, but I just really, a little sweat bee here, really encourage you to get out, because you're missing so much if you just stay home. Those are barn swallows, zipping and diving through the air. Yeah, there's a certain amount of empowerment and victory once you do something, and nobody can take that away from you. So I like to encourage women to get out and try something new. The first time I did this, I was a little intimidated. I did sign up with a hiking group, and I went with groups. And as I got more comfortable, I just started going out by myself. I started with parks that were closer to home, and then I started going farther away, and the hikes became more challenging. And actually, I spent many, many years walking on a treadmill. And then I walked around the neighborhood and tracks with friends. And other than the camaraderie of being with the other women and other people at the gym, I really feel like being outdoors is so much more beneficial. I really like looking at the plants and the trees. I love flowers, and I like to learn the names of them, and it's just so beautiful. And there are so many benefits of just being outside. It's made me more comfortable, more confident. It's just so much more fun. So I'll finish my coffee and eat my Kind bar. And while this day is still sunny, there's a nice breeze blowing, I'll finish the other loop of my trail. This one was the first lap. That one will be the second. So thank you for joining me today. And I cannot encourage you enough to get out and just be comfortable in your own skin and push yourself. And I think you'll be glad you did. Here, I'll take you with me for a little while on the South Loop. And you know, as long as you come with me, I'm not really even alone. I've got friends coming with me, and I like that thought. The longer I do this YouTube thing, I think the more friends I have. I certainly feel like I'm taking friends with me. I just saw a groundhog. There's certainly nothing to be afraid of. Oh, I forgot to put my pack back on. Oh well, I'm fairly out here remote. So, some gorgeous stuff. And I really feel safe out here. I'm fairly familiar with this park, and a small town, I'm not likely to run into any problems. I do not feel quite as safe when I'm in the metro parks. There are strangers, and in Ohio I don't have to worry about four-legged predators. Oh wow, that's lovely. Like I said, there's some ironweed too. I really like to be out. Like I said, I don't have to be so worried. In Ohio, we don't have snakes, bears, cougars, nothing like that. So I'm fairly safe around here. And I like to thank you for coming with me. If you could please give this a like, and I'll see you on the next trail.